All right, this is your last session in the Canvas overview. And in order to get to this one, you had to make sure that you learn your code from the previous assessment. So make sure that before you can actually click on take the quiz, that you have to submit a access code. But right now, as you can tell, I've got it open, and you're going to learn about a couple of features in the quizzes. Again, I've given you about 6 of the most common types of questions that can be utilized in Canvas. And on your right-hand side, you can see that there is a blue question here. If I click on it, you can actually take it straight down to that question itself. And then if I were to take the quiz, you see right here, it will mark it. And then once I've actually answered the question, so you see Canvas account has all of the following except for, let's see, home. Is that correct? Well, we'll see, but it is a check mark that knows that I answered that question. So as you go through it, make sure you look at it. Now you see that there is a time limit here as well. I've given you 15 minutes to take this particular quiz, and so you can hide that, or you can keep it going as well. Now you won't have the option to keep editing the quiz, but you notice here I've got a drop-down selection, I've got a multiple choice, I've got a true-false, I've got a fill in the blank. Now the fill in the blank, the only little weird thing about the fill in the blank is that you have to make sure you spell it correctly. And so whatever the teacher has put in for the word, you need to make sure it's spelled correctly. And then you see the matching. Now if I choose this one, you notice that it didn't take it off. So I'd highly recommend, especially if it's a lot of matching terms, that you have a little piece of paper beside your desk and that you write down maybe which ones you've selected, because it does not actually take those off the list. And then your question 6 is an essay question. Now notice that anytime you do an essay question, you're going to require a little bit more in-depth response. And I always ask my students to make sure that they spell things correctly and use correct grammar, all of that. So go back and read it and make sure that you're in. And then of course you submit the quiz once you are done. Now, most of the time, it will give you automatically populate if it's just multiple choice or ones that have already pre-populated as an answer. It will give you an immediate score. But you notice that this one, because it has a response that you need to do, it will not actually give you a score. So just understand that you'll have to get, your teacher will grade it. And you notice that it's worth a little bit more. So just a little heads up to you. All that. So once you have finished this, you are done with your Intro to Canvas overview, and I hope you've learned a little bit about Canvas, and you'll be able to utilize some of the skills and knowledge throughout the rest of your course. Thank you.